Good morning and welcome to a new vlog. This week I thought I would take you behind the scenes. For those of you who are members and even those of you who are not members, every Monday, actually 10 times a month, we do live classes. And I thought I would show you the 10-step process of what goes into a live class. So a lot of my those of you who aren't members maybe only see the 2 videos that we put out every week, but a lot of my energy goes into our membership community. And this week I thought I would show you, as I said, the 10-step process that goes into creating those live classes. So I'm going to actually show you what goes into the Monday live classes. I do 2 live classes every Monday with 2A video. And I've heard recently from several of you who are missing the in-depth teachings that the way I used to teach, where I gave a long teaching in the middle of the class or at the beginning of the class. And the teachings are still there, they're just broken up. But for those of you that are missing it, they're definitely there on the Mondays where we have a long teaching. It usually takes about half an hour. And then we have some time for contemplation afterwards. And we do them at 2 times, at 9:30 a.m. Pacific and at 4 p.m. Pacific, so that we access all the time zones across the world, North America, Europe, and Australia. And I'm just going to show you a little bit about what goes into creating those today. The first thing that happens is that I meet with our carriers of the teachings, and they are a leadership team of 10 people that carry the teachings of our community into our community each month. And we have an amazing team, and they do various things. So for example, the Daily Yoga Connection people, there's a team there of 6 people. There's Paige and Jane and Nicole and Jackie and Michelle and Sandrine, and they carry the teachings in a daily way into our community. They make these great videos that carries the theme forward in the week. They bring the theme forward for the week, and then they curate content for the days of the week, and they show this short videos for the days of the week when you have to get to. These are loading up kind of slowly for when you have to get the kids to the school, and then longer classes for on the weekends. So that's what they do. And then we have other leaders, and sorry, I've got a cold right now. We've got other leaders in other parts of our community as well. So for example, Ivy heads up the devotional section, which has a more spiritual focus. Michelle heads up the Moonstruck section, where we follow the phases of the moon. And then also Linda does this amazing job here of the food and nutrition section, where she puts forward recipes, and she does this amazing job of tying in the teachings with the recipes. So there's great stories in there that tie the Dharma talks, the Dharma teachings into the recipes, which I just love. And and then also Maria, she heads up our book club, which is sort of lower down in our section here, and she brings the teachings into whatever chapter of the book we're reading at the time. So we slowly peruse ourselves through the book club. So that's the first thing that happens, is that I have to bring the teachings into our community. And then when we meet, what happens is I give them the focus for the month. So I'll come all the way down here to where our community leaders meet, and because we're all over the world, sometimes they can't meet. So what I'll do is I'll give them, let's see, our focus for February was Fascia February. So if they can't meet, then they get a recording of the meeting and they can listen to it later at their own time. And there, you can see there's our meeting with the 2-way video. And so what I do next then, when I'm planning my talks, is I come back and I look at, okay, what was our focus for the month? And what do I want to talk about? So right now I can see that something that I'm really interested in, the aspect that we were talking about, I was bringing 3 things forward with Fascia February, which was wholeness and kind of stiffness, and as well as detoxification. But what was really interesting me right now was the wholeness. Okay, the third thing I do, and I won't keep scrolling through the membership community because that could get kind of boring, but I go through the membership community, and right now I'm going to be talking about Yoga Nidra because I just finished some Yoga Nidra training, and I'll scroll through the membership community and see where they're talking about that. So I've just released about 4, maybe 5 Yoga Nidra recordings, so I went through and I read all the comments there. I also usually go through and read the comments in the Daily Yoga Connection because that's a very popular section, and I kind of get my finger on the pulse of what's going on in our community. I'll also go through and read our book club section because we're reading a book on Yoga Nidra right now. So I just see what's going on, and I see what the biggest problems are, where the biggest challenges are for our community, where the resistance is, where the edges are, and see what people want the most. The fourth thing I do is my own research, and I see what people are most interested in. So the thing that people really want are sleep, meditation, sleep. Sleep is a big deal. Insomnia, deep sleep, relaxation, divine sleep, sleep. It comes up a lot. Insomnia, power nap, sleep meditation. So sleep is a big deal. And then I go and do my own research. So I find that training is just starting as a springboard point. I get the bare bones of what I need, and then I've been doing my own research since then, and I just keep adding to my own knowledge, so you can hear what's sleep and waking, and really just kind of solidifying my own knowledge is the next step. One of the things that I found when I did my own research is that sleep maintenance insomnia is a big deal. And although people are really asking for sleep, what happens is people can fall asleep, but they don't stay asleep. And our deep sleep happens in the first part of the night, and then the second part of the night is dreaming. And so although I'm going to make Yoga Nidra for sleep, I'll probably put that out in the main area because that's where that will get searched really well. But what I'm going to do for our members is we'll focus on Yoga Nidra for dreaming because that's the second part of the night after you can't fall asleep. Your REM sleep kicks in, and so we're actually dream deprived. So we're going to focus on that for the members. So I'm going to start working on a talk on that. And then the 6th step will be to write a Yoga Nidra for dreaming, which I'm really excited about. The 7th step is that I do my own practice. So I think that when you are delivering something, you need to be living it and experiencing it yourself. So right now my practice is a lot of Yoga Nidra, and it allows me to really embody the practice when I'm writing it because I have a lot of experience with it, but also when I'm speaking it and recording the Yoga Nidras for my students, and also then I can relate a lot more to their experiences when they're talking about them, especially when we're meeting live and doing the two-way video and there's a lot of conversation about their experiences. Then I have had a lot of experience with it as well myself. Number 8, we set up the room. This is actually a pretty big process because we take apart our whole living room, dining room area, and we set up the whole area as a studio. We get lighting set up, we get sound and computers, everything that we need to have two-way video going. So video camera, sound, mic packs, all of that stuff has to be available. We have lighting, yeah, well, I think I've said everything. So yeah, that's a pretty big deal. It takes 2 people a fair amount of time to do that, and also the set so that it looks nice as well. Number 9, I teach the live class. The live class has two-way video, so this involves having a teaching talk at the beginning, which usually runs around 30 minutes, and then afterwards we do the actual Yoga Nidra, and then which usually runs around 20 minutes, and then the students have time to discuss their experience afterwards. People join from all around the world, and if they can't join in, it's recorded so that they can experience it afterwards. With the live recordings, people show up They can use their computers, their laptops, they can use their cell phones or their iPads. It's really easy. It's super simple software, and I know we've been using it for probably almost 2 years now, and our members love it. Okay, the 10th and final step is that I record a separate Yoga Nidra audio file for my members. Sometimes with the live calls, there can be, because there's so many people on the call, even though we mute the line, there can be some line feed with the live calls. You know, there's a lot of people from all over the world. So what I do is I go into my little Yoga Nidra cocoon and I record a separate audio file, and it's really super quiet background noise, really high quality audio, and then they get a beautiful finished product that they can use anytime. That's just separate. So that's something I like to do so that they have a really beautiful polished product. So if you made it all the way to the end, put "I want to be cocooned in Yoga Nidra for dreaming too" in the comments. Thank you so much for watching the behind the scenes this week. And if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Thanks so much for watching and subscribing. We love the people who enjoy the vlogs, and I hope you like the behind the scenes and the 10 steps to creating a live video each week. Namaste.